But I don't know, I'm glad I waited until after the press conference to even speak on this, but I'm not too confident in Kayla Harrison taking that title from Peña. I am fairly certain Julianna Peña is going to win this fight come June. And before I talk about the press conference, I just want to look at Julianna's stats overall once again. I've done this dozens of times, but one thing that might stick out to a lot of people is her takedown defense sitting at 23%, but I'd like to counterpoint that with the fact that in the fights that Julianna Peña has been taken down a lot, most of the time it's not what dictates the outcome. Some of those she won and some of those she lost. The point is, wrestling really isn't her weakness. And through all of the content I have made about Julianna Peña and criticizing the things she has said and the moves she has made, I once again will not sit here and hope for her to lose her fight. And to be clear, I'm not hoping for either one of them to lose. And I still stand by my opinions and beliefs about how Julianna Peña has conducted herself for over half a decade now. But I don't think Kayla Harrison is going to beat Julianna Peña. The 23% takedown defense, you do have to take into consideration the offset put on by Amanda Nunes in their rematch. If we go take a look at that, I believe she got 6 of 8 takedowns total. That's gonna pad that percentage pretty hard. And that doesn't excuse Peña to say that she has decent enough takedown defense to prevent Kayla Harrison from taking her down. Personally, I would say 4 to 5 times out of 10 she'll be able to stop it, especially if they're past the black line. But once it hits the ground, it's not like Peña is going to get bulldozed. And if you think she is, all I really have to do is point back to Ketlen Vieira, or even UFC 300 with Holly Holm. She pretty much bulldozed her. But in my opinion, she should have looked better against Holly Holm, given all the hype and Holly being on the tail end of her career and whatnot, according to the general media opinion. The moment Peña won that belt, I said she was going to fight next summer as part of a strategy to make Kayla have a more difficult time in cutting weight. That was a smart play. It's harsh, but it's the truth. I think Peña is going to be looking forward to being challenged to being put on the mat. She is certainly at a high risk for a L when it comes to submission attempts. There's no doubt about it. But I'm telling you right now, Julianna Peña is going to be lightning fast with offense and scrambling if she gets put on her back at any point during this fight. Some people are going to make hype about Kayla Harrison's elbows. What about Peña's? What about Peña's hands on the ground? We are not gonna sit here and try to forget. Look, the reason people were booing Peña at that conference, the reason I have been so harsh on Peña, is because of the lies she has said that are so over the top, because of the way she behaved for so long. And that can draw the ire even more when she comes out on top in the octagon, but that's just what it is. The fighting is gonna be the fighting. You look at Kayla Harrison's stats with Holly Holm and Ketlen Vieira, she is pretty high volume. Man, I don't know if she's gonna be able to keep that up in round 4. That's the round that I'm gonna have a focus on if it gets that far. Of course, Kayla Harrison can win this fight. I'm not counting her out completely, but I do favor Peña. Anyway, that takedown defense is offset by that rematch with Nunes, and what I would pay attention on that is strike defense. And that strike defense is going to come into play for Kayla Harrison because I'm not sure how many people are aware of this, but Peña has better hands than Kayla Harrison. She does. By how much, or is that saying much? That's up to you, but she does. I don't know if I have seen a strike that Kayla Harrison has thrown that's going to be able to surprise Julianna. Unless they're working on some new surprise technique, that's possible too. I wouldn't be surprised if Peña attempts a takedown. I don't think she's scared of Kayla's grappling. And I do think her overhand right is gonna land several times on Kayla. We just take a preview of the matchup itself. Kayla's a little bigger, Julianna's a little longer. Kayla Harrison's strikes landed per minute is also offset by the fact that she overwhelmed Holly Holm at UFC 300. She threw over 50 strikes in that first round. I think her accuracy is also offset. It's my opinion Kayla would benefit using leg kicks. Julianna is not good at defending leg kicks whatsoever. I don't know how effective Kayla can be at throwing them, but if she puts that dynamic in there and holds up this type type of defense from Julianna strikes, which I don't think she's gonna be able to do, but if she could do it, that wins her the fight. She doesn't need to finish her. Of course, that wouldn't be good for the fans, but you gotta do what you gotta do, because that's the only way I can see her beating Peña, because she's gonna have to either do that or submit her somehow. And who knows, Kayla may just go in there, armbar her right away, no problem. But we have never seen anybody do that to Peña, and Kayla Harrison has not fought anybody like Julianna Peña. These are factors you're gonna have to weigh and be serious. I've covered Julianna Peña's behavior more than anybody anywhere. Check. I don't like it. And that takes me into this press conference. We might as well talk about it real quick alongside this comparison matchup preview. This is not the same Peña that showed up to Ariel Helwani's show and talked about getting teeth in New York. This is hearkening more to the Ultimate Fighter Season 18 Peña, which is the Peña that should be showing up always. Peña did say some things wrong, of course. It was not Kayla Harrison ducking Chris Cyborg. I remember Kayla Harrison very clearly wanting to fight Chris Cyborg and begging for it for a very long time. That's not true. And she did have some other cringy lines throughout that press conference, but she is very, very confident. Above average Peña confident. I don't think Kayla was ready for that. And what did I tell you guys on X? It's not gonna be some, oh man, the hype on here, they talk the trash so well. One of them, I said one of them was gonna fold. And the one that folded was Kayla Harrison. Peña didn't even have to say anything that was memorable. It was just her confidence that took Kayla off guard. Peña won that conference. She went in there and she had a couple of like zingers planned. You could tell the lines that are rehearsed or what have you. But if she drops that going forward, dude, this is a no contest. And some people, like Ariel's homeboys or whatever, they were saying that Peña was so good on the mic and the best one of the females, which was absolutely incorrect going into this. This version of Peña is much, much better. She's at like a B-. She's got to drop the rehearse lines, and when she's speaking from the heart is when she's the best. And that's when I became a super fan of, which is why I've been so critical of her for years now. I've been begging for Peña to go back to the Peña from season 18. That's the one that's gonna keep winning. I don't doubt that Peña at all. And right now she's closer to that version than she's ever been. She's still got a way to go, but if she keeps this energy, Kayla's not gonna have anything for her. In the lead up, the words. And that's gonna play into the fight itself. I don't think Kayla Harrison hits hard enough to gain the respect from Peña that she needs to hold stand up with her. Do not count Peña out. And a written article will be coming with this. It will be linked below in more detail, but if Peña pulls this off, she's one fight away from being the greatest bantamweight ever. Sean O'Malley and Merab Dvalishvili is the main event of UFC IFW. I like this. So there you go. It's pretty international, I'd say. Some people got a little butthurt when O'Malley said, hey, don't watch if you don't like that he is fighting for the belt again. O'Malley understands what era we are in, and that was demonstrated through this press conference as well. His 1 or 2 word answers are a reflection, or they are a embodiment of the TKO era. Take it or leave it. It's the only game in town for you to take. Perfect. What you gonna do? Go GFL it? You gonna go watch PFL where the promoters are sitting here talking shit to the MMA media, bro? Calling the fans and the media clowns? The UFC meta deal is what this is gonna look like, just so everyone is aware. This is what the rankings is going to be doing. Personally, I don't have a problem with it because I'm tired of the rankings being goofy as shit anyway. If we're just transparent about what the placement of each fighter is, then I don't care. Whatever it is whatever it is. That's the rules, right? The AI algorithm is going to solve because the media ghost members don't make any sense, like I said earlier. Right now, the extra effort to sell UFC pay-per-views isn't required. It just simply isn't. TKO is so powerful right now, man. It's not. O'Malley just parallels the idea and philosophy, the business model of what TKO is doing, what they want to be. Nick Khan said himself, it's a mistake to react with your business to what fans are saying on social media. He can say that. Not everybody could say that, right? But what he's basically saying is, we're doing it this way and hop on or don't. You can be on the train and complain and your suggestions and criticize and what have you, dude. But hey, you don't want to see O'Malley, that's not on us. That's on you. The complaint era is over. For anyone that comes across this fucking video, go tell your favorite content creators the same. Reacting to everything that happens every weekend and bitching about it. As far as the UFC and WWE goes, shit's over. Bitching about that you can kiss that goodbye.
We can see, it's your hands, we can see each other again. It's your hands, we can see each other again.